there, welcome to GemiiToys. Here we are once again. This time we're going to be taking a look at a trilogy of 3 videos starting with Star Wars, as you can see here, showing the collection that Toy Sapiens has, which is pretty incredible, of, as mentioned, starting with Star Wars here, followed by Marvel and then DC. We're going to take a close look at their collection, but first remember to subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any future content coming up on the channel. So, it's Star Wars time. Star Wars goodness. The Star Wars collection at Toy Sapiens. I like this Qui-Gon Jinn. I think the head sculpt is pretty good. I know some people don't really like that head sculpt, but I haven't gotten the figure, but it's pretty good. Got some clone troopers in the background. Captain Rex, just recently released by Hot Toys. But I'm kind of focusing on the guys that have a head sculpt here. And we're going to definitely take a real close look at the prototypes. Especially the head sculpted ones, I want to say. For you guys who really like clones, I'm not really zooming in. Sorry about that. I'm just not so into the clone thing. I know Captain Rex is a really cool figure, but we don't see the head sculpt. So I apologize for being biased. It's just my attention was more drawn to head sculpted figures such as this Obi-Wan, as well as Anakin Skywalker. I have Darkside Anakin. This figure still holds up. Looks wonderful, but I know that the clones and army building definitely has its charm, and like I mentioned, they have wonderful, I want to say, weathering, and yeah, Captain Rex and Commander Cody, definitely that's a very nice head sculpt. But I'm gonna wait for the Boba Fett, which unfortunately is not at this event. When it comes to a great head sculpt of Tamura Morrison. But here we're taking a look at some original trilogy. So you're probably noticing here we started with the prequels, followed here by the original trilogy. Of course, Obi-Wan, it's an older figure, but the head sculpt really holds up well. This is a classic trooper. Old school Darth Vader with those terrible gloves. All the leather gloves, velcroed. I used to have this figure of Luke Skywalker. It's pretty awesome. But the head sculpt hasn't held up so well. This one, however, this is nice. This Leia is pretty good, and this is a figure I still feel needs to enter my collection at some point. Palpatine is telling me do it, but I haven't done it yet. And Han Solo. Yeah, we need a new Han Solo, that's for sure. Return of the Jedi for me would be great. Tarkin. Here we're looking at I think that's a Sand Trooper. And of course, as mentioned, we have to take a look at this prototype of Lando Calrissian. Yes. Pretty nice figure. The likeness is great. I mean, look at this. It's not necessarily one of my favorite characters. I do like Lando, don't get me wrong, but do I like him enough to add him to my collection? Not so far. But it's a very nice figure, and it's a figure that definitely wanted to get a close-up of. So here we are going to continue with the sequel trilogy, my least favorite trilogy, personally. And the furry face of Chewbacca. I used to have this figure, and I did kind of paint the whiskers to make it look better. I was never convinced for obvious reasons. And this Han Solo, older Han Solo, the head sculpt is fantastic. It's great. The hair color wasn't the greatest achievement on the figure, but it's a piece that I've been very tempted to get. I can't say I'm very tempted anymore. I would like I said, a Return of the Jedi Han Solo, but here we're taking a look at another great piece. This is another great figure. Now, yes, Mary Sue is not my most favorite or beloved Star Wars character, but nice figure, very good head sculpt. And here I just kind of want to show this. Yeah, the chrome I guess wasn't achieved so well on Captain Phasma, but yeah, but it looks fine here. I mean, I've never had it in hand, but I know a lot of people said it was really like cheap and all that. It looks okay from here. That Kylo Ren, great figure. Yeah. And then, of course, Leia and Luke from Last Jedi. I would have loved to seen Han Solo standing next to those two. I almost bought those three because the sequel trilogy never had them together, so I wanted to get them together. But nonetheless, I'm saving the most exciting, I want to say, Mandalorian for last. And they had this figure in stock, or probably still do, as of the date of this video. When I shot this video, they did have the armor in stock, but didn't pick him up, or her I should say. I do want a female Mandalorian in my collection, but I'll wait a little bit when it drops in price. And here we're looking at the Tusken Tusken Rider Raider. Great, it's great. Everything's sculpted, looks pretty good. And here, Heavy Mando, just picked up that figure, by the way, and definitely want to review on the channel that figure in the near future. Definitely going to do that. That's a beautiful piece. And here we have the Scout Trooper, recently released, mounted on the speeder, looking great. And the two Mandalorian figures, OG and Beskar. Oh, I just realized those three pretty much centerpieces. I have those. And the armor, like I said, when she drops in price, I'll find her a little more affordable and get that figure, that piece at some point. But here, this is pretty much the figure I'm most excited to show in this video. I'm excited about this. Moff Gideon. I love the actor. Giancarlo Esposito, or Esposito, I should say, in Spanish. But look at this head sculpt. This is great. I mean, yeah, it's poker faced and all, but I like it. This is a nice head sculpt. I really like this figure. And yeah, as of yet, like I mentioned before, I don't pre-order, but and look at that plate. They're doing more of a chrome finish for the plate, a name plate. But without getting too sidetracked, that's a figure I'd like to enter my collection at some point. Probably right about the time he's released. And then this is, speaking of released, the Boba Fett wannabe, I like to call armor. Or armory. You can armor build those guys, and as well as these guys. I'm not one of those. I'm saying armor build, but it's army build. I'm not one of those guys who likes to collect these figures that you almost need at least 2 or 3. It's just not my thing. But you know, for those of you guys who like these type of characters to army build again, hey, more power to you. And then I was showing IG-11 there. Great figure. That one tempted as well. So that's gonna pretty much wrap this up. What a great collection of Star Wars as well as Mandalorian. I mean, Mandalorian is Star Wars, but you know, fantastic. This was a very exciting event. Make sure to check out the tour if you haven't already. I'm showing everything there, but I just kind of wanted to emphasize on some of my favorite pieces, and as well as hopefully you enjoyed the pieces I focused on for this video. So with that said, subscribe, like, and comment. Enjoy the path of collecting, and I'll catch you guys next time.